Hey, Century 21 Atwood family, welcome to this month's Elevate 21, our time to pause, reset, and level up together. Here's the deal. We're cruising through Q3. Summer's been flying by, and before we know it, school will be back, football will be on TV, and the fall market will be heating up. The thing is, the market doesn't wait, and neither should we. Elevate 21 is about pouring into you. Every tool, every class, every resource we talk about is here to make your life easier, your business stronger, and your future bigger. You ready? Let's dive in. First up, Vegas, baby. ONE21 Experience 2026, April 14th through the 17th. Who's in? This isn't just a conference. It's the event that fills your tank with ideas, inspiration, and connections that last all year. Plus, Vegas with your Atwood crew, come on. Don't be the person watching the Instagram stories in April wishing that you were there. Grab your spot. Scan the QR code or log into Darwin, and remember, whitelist events at comms.century21.com so you don't miss a single update.
Mark this one down. Lead Gen SOI, September 16th at 12 p.m. We're talking sphere of influence. That's the people who already know you, trust you, and could be your biggest source of business if you just keep on showing up for them. This class will walk you through fresh strategies to engage, nurture, and convert your SOI into real transactions. And here's the truth. Agents who consistently tap into their sphere are the ones who create predictable income year after year. So don't miss this one.
All right, housing market time, and finally we get to say that all of the numbers are down.
Yeah, no, the opposite.
The opposite. Not that we want them to be down, but across the board, everything's just up again.
Yeah, we love when things are doing well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, stats for the month of July, obviously comparing to July of the prior year. And these years do seem like pretty commensurate. You know, like how sometimes it's still like winter until June, and you go, okay, so spring market in this year really happened in July.
Right.
But like we are generally along the same time frame here. But yeah, we had the 4% increase in new listings, so new homes coming on the market, a 3.1 or so increase in pending sales, a very modest increase in closed sales, which I'll still say it's as a positive, it like 0 point something percent. But when you also consider that there are more houses because new listings was up and more pendings, anything that didn't go the opposite direction for actual closings, I'd say is still a positive sign. And median sales price saw a nice increase as well for the greater state of Minnesota.
Up in the 360s, 365 for a median sales price. I know we do this every month and we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
My first house was 88.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
My first listing that I did was, maybe like 83 or something. But So one thing that we never talk about that I was just looking at, I've been hearing agents say it seems like we're starting to see more price reductions than we've seen before. It's starting to feel like we're not quite getting what we were listing for. And again, you rewind a few years back and we've talked about this where, everything was going over ask and multiple offers and everything. And so they're going, it feels like, and so, we always have that feels like, and then what does the actual data say? It's like, it's still within 0.5% of what people are getting compared to what they are asking for initially. So that says a couple things. It says, is it maybe not everything's going over asking price? Yeah, we've known that for a while. But also that just means that agents consistently are putting the right price on homes. Yep. If you're that close to the actual sale price versus what they were originally asking, that's really good.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing a good job looking at the comps.
No, for sure. I always think it's funny when people say, it seems like we're having to work harder because we've been spoiled for so long.
I know.
And obviously, I know it's always a lot of work no matter what, but many of us know the eras of time that we've gone through for things not selling, things you have to get really creative, really, pound the pavement, make phone calls, knock on doors, those kinds of things. So, this is the time when, the tough need to show what they're made of,
For sure.
because I think even though like right now, a little softening in the market, it's still, as you're saying, falling pretty close to the original asking price. But if it is an indicator of where things are going, I think we're all out there competing for the same general market share. And as that continues to dwindle down, we're going to have to get better at it, right? So why not sharpen, your sticks right now? We'll figure out how to get good at it. And hopefully you have a team to back you up with some training, some resources, some marketing material, collateral, all those things. So you can all use this opportunity to grow and strengthen your sales ability.
Absolutely.
Before it actually comes due.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm really glad you brought this up because I was just talking to a new recruit on Monday who's already excited, going to be joining Central 21 Atwood. Really excited to join the amazing group of people that we have here. But she said, it seems like a lot of brokerages focus on how many agents they have. Right. And that's the success of their brokerage. And so she said, so how many agents do you have? And I said, it's unfortunate that that's the metric, because my metric is how successful are the agents, right? We've always talked about, we're not collectors of agents, we're investors of agents. And so we don't just need more agents, we need our agents to do more.
Right. And
so really the metric you need to be looking at is per agent productivity. So let's wind back a little bit when real estate was a little bit easier, and you could be a part-time agent and be like, oh yeah, that thing that I do on the side, I can totally do that. And you write up an offer and you get it, or you get a listing and wow, it sold for multiples and you're like, I'm good at this. And now it's not as easy, right? Like you were saying. And so you got to work hard. You got to have that grit and that grind. And so now when you look at those, if you were to not look at the number of agents, but the agents that are successful, the per agent productivity of those that are working hard, they're doing better than they were previously.
Right.
Because the ones that weren't working as hard are like, well, that was just kind of my part-time gig. They're not investing their time.
They just had to catch it in a net.
You're right. That's right. Yep. Just kind of hold the net down and they all swim in. It was great. So that's a metric that I love to look at. And the fact that 95% of our agents are full-time all the time, burn the midnight candle agents that are working out there every day for people, that says a lot about our company. Right.
Yeah.
And I love that. So keep out there, keep up with the grind, and let these tools that we talk about help you. So that you can do that thing that makes you great, and that is connecting with people. Want to know what's coming up next? The new monthly learning calendar is live on the Learning Hub on 21online.com. Think of it as your roadmap for sharpening your skills. Take 2 minutes, scan that QR code, see what's out there. Small investments in learning pay big dividends. All right, so we were just chatting in the other room, and you said, "Hey, rates are getting better. Let's talk about that." And I hope that you meant for the consumer and not for the banks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, we're actually seeing some of the best interest rates that we've seen all year.
Nice.
So finally, there's been a lot of, we thought this was going to be happening sooner this year. There's a lot of holdback with, the talk of tariffs and other things going on, that what's going to happen.
Right.
And things are finally catching up. There's talks about Fed rate cuts again. There's a chance one could happen in September. But as a reminder, when that happens, if it happens, that doesn't necessarily mean mortgage rates are changing. What we're actually seeing is there's benefit today because we think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're hedging into the future on that. But it's really exciting to see. We have people that have been shopping all year and planning for a certain rate, and rates are better today. They can afford more. Their payments are lower. It's opening a lot of doors for a lot of people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, so obviously, there's two parts to this, because there's people who have been waiting. So it's good that agents.
Yes.
It's good that what's happening. You should stay on top of that, so you can be calling that person that was looking a few months ago, but they're like, I don't know. Hey, now your affordability just went up. Get on the phone, call those people back, right?
Exactly.
But also the other piece of it is those people that had already purchased.
Correct.
And now might be a good time for maybe a refi look.
There is, and in a couple different ways. So one thing I've always encouraged to all of our agents is don't just be the person that sells or helps them buy the home. Be their contact for all things real estate, right? Refinancing can be your lane too. Because hey, you sold a house, I'll talk to you again in 7 to 10 years when you want to move again. No, help them stay connected with you. You're always looking for touch points. We have some tools through My Home IQ that we've invited everyone to join us on that can help keep track of these things. So you can reach out and say, hey, thinking about you. I know you bought in October-ish, fall-ish of 2023 when rates are the worst. They're a lot better today. It might be worth considering looking into refinancing. And if that comes from you, we can help them have the discussion. You're the hero. And that's what we want is to tee you up. But to take it even further than that, rates are better today, and we have another incentive. So on top of where rates are at today, through one of our lender partners, there is an additional 90 basis point incentive for refinances. So if that client was able to get, say, they were in the mid 7s and now they can refinance to the mid 6s, 90 basis points as a tip, 100 basis points is 1 discount point.
Wow.
So it's essentially a discount point being paid on behalf of the client to lower the rates even more.
Wow.
So they're not just, rates are better, and now they're a lot better because there's a free discount point included, basically.
Wow. So, and this lender partner you have is just providing that.
Just providing it. Yep.
Here you go.
So we
Basically
price it out and
free
say,
money.
okay, this is where you're going to be at, and we're going to knock off another basis point to help it be even better. So we actually have a huge amount of refinances happening this month, and I encourage all of our agents to reach out to clients too. Just anyone in the last couple of months you haven't talked to, look up in your documents, ask them what their interest rate is. If they worked with us, I can tell you too, but have that conversation because there's a lot of savings to be had right now.
Yeah. I love that you touched on being the hero, right? So not to get too far off subject, but there was a big national organization that polled thousands of people across the United States. And they said different brand names, real estate brand names, and they said, just tell us words that come to your mind, how it makes you feel, right? And I'm not going to name names, but some of the words that they were hearing were transaction, advisor, things like that. And when they said Century 21, it was different than every other. I'm not making this up. This is real.
Right.
Okay. This is the firm out of New York did this. It was completely different than every other brand out there. It was family, trust, joy was a big one that people kept saying the word joy, and guide and friend, right? And very different than transactional. It really had an emotionally charged reaction to it. Because you are not just their one-time agent, right? I love this concept of being the agent for life. Can you imagine if every time you got sick, you're like, oh, I guess I better start researching doctors. No, you go to your doctor.
Right.
If any time you ran into a situation, are you like, well, I guess I better start researching lawyers? No, you reach out to your lawyer, right? You build these relationships, and they're there for you for life. That's what you are and can be for your clients. There's no past client. You're always client. Exactly. So stay in touch with them. Stay engaged with them. Let them know what interest rates are doing. Because if you call them and say, hey, I just wanted to call and let you know, I just helped you buy that home 2 years ago. Do you know what interest rates have done? Can I connect you with somebody and save you some money on that? Who do you think they're definitely going to call when it comes time to sell that house?
Absolutely.
And refer you to every single person that they know. So it's just being a part of that and leaning into that thing that we already know. You're their friend, you're their trusted advisor, and your confidant. That brings them joy. So lean into that and let Brian make you look good.
Yep, absolutely. There's two parts to this too that I like to point out. It's good to have that connection with them. Reach out, let them know what's going on. Everyone should be receiving the blog I send out every Friday as well. It's kind of a tip. Keep it short. Here's what's going on in the market on the mortgage side to help you look good. Share that information, right? Put it in your own words and send it out. Yep. But also understand that as rates do improve and these incentives are out there, there's a lot of other people that are reaching out to these clients, that are sending mailers, that are doing ads online. So there's a protective part to it too, not just to protect and keep that client, but also to protect them from the national giants that want to take advantage. So I have talked to some realtors. I'm like, it's just not really my lane. And it is. It really is your lane. All things real estate, all things with their home, you should help them out with.
That's right. These national, like you were saying, these national lenders that are going out there and direct doing, and then guess what? They're going to sell that lead to your competitor agent at some point.
Yep.
So
absolutely,
you just stay in there and stay their trusted person.
Absolutely.
All right, agents, let's talk about tools that make you look like a marketing machine without actually being one. MoxiImpress is your instant done-for-you marketing. Win a listing? Boom! Postcards, brochures, social posts, and flyers are ready. Price change? The whole package updates. Now, with Spanish language options, co-listing packages, and QR codes built right in so people can scan, click, connect instantly. Less time designing, more time closing. All right, agents, your September social media is here. Think about this. All new this month, we have made it even easier to post directly from your Canva account. It's so easy to publish right to your social media platforms with the click of a button. Every post is pre-designed, branded, and ready for you to hit publish. No, I'll post later because later never happens, right? No worries. We still have the assets for you to download if you'd like to schedule your post directly to social media. Consistency builds trust, and trust builds closings. Download it, post it, stay top of mind. Luxury agents, listen up. The Q2 25 Luxury Market Report is here. From interest rate shifts to evolving buyer preferences, this is your snapshot of what's shaping the high-end real estate market right now. You'll get exclusive insights, national trends, and most importantly, the local impact so you can speak confidently with your luxury clients. Use it to position yourself as the go-to expert in your market. Quick update on one of my favorite client retention tools, the Century 21 Preferred Client Club. It's getting a thoughtful refresh to make it easier for you and more impactful for your clients. Here's the scoop. Simplified enrollment. All new signups are now a 1-year auto-renew format at $16 plus tax per client every year. More personalization? Every mailing now includes your headshot and custom messaging. Better mailings? 5 per year with a mix of magazines, postcards, foldovers, mega trifolds, and an annual calendar. There's even a new dashboard. It's easier to manage enrollments and track your campaigns. Pay as you go. You're charged when your campaigns print, not upfront. There's no action needed. Your current clients are going to keep getting their mailings through December of 2026. The new Preferred Client Club dashboard launches late August, early September, with a short pause on new enrollments starting August 15th. This is about staying in front of your sphere in a polished, consistent way without adding more to your plate.
All right, it's my favorite part, recognizing the relentless. Let's give it up for our $1 Million Club agents, those who've already crossed 7 figures in closed volume this year, and huge congrats to our multi-million-dollar club achievers. You're setting the standard. Congratulations to our $1 Million Club. Ellen, Bonnie, Jeff, Nathan, Belinda, Dan Wingert, Leanne, Dan Baker, Drew, Lynn, Pam, Keaton, Jay, Wayne, Laura Brecky, Shauna, Laura Cunningham, Chad, Dan Holla, Josh, Michelle, Crystal, Rob, Charlie, Tim, Kelly, Nancy, Jenny, Cindy, Roger, Tara, Julie, Gretchen, Ann, Emily, Mary, Brian, John, Deanna, Linda, Rick, Dan Gilderman, Dean, Katie, Lindsay, Ken, Ruth, Robin, Cheryl, Jen, and Sharon. Congratulations to our $5 Million Club, Rick, Bill, Jody, Leslie, Samantha, Pete, Craig, Daniel, Sarah, Deb, Rhonda, Jeff, and George. And congratulations to our $20 Million Club, Candy Dykman. All right, now let's hear from the people who matter most to our hearts, our clients. These testimonials prove that you're not just closing deals, you're changing lives. Here's the first one for Josh Olson in our Northfield office. As a first-time home buyer, there were a lot of things we didn't know going into the home buying process. Josh explained everything very thoroughly and helped us navigate through everything we were unsure of. He was very quick to respond and scheduled walkthroughs of each house we were interested in. We are now living in a beautiful home that checked all of our boxes. I will for sure be referring Josh and Atwood Mortgage to my friends and family in the future. From Carolina in Burnsville, Minnesota. All right, Lori Larson in our Northfield office. It is hard to express how far Lori went above and beyond any expectations. She was patient, understanding of what we wanted, sometimes before we were, and sure-handed at guiding us through the process. She was amazing at providing knowledge and expertise, and her integrity and professionalism helped us through confusing or complicated situations more than once. If we move again, we would not consider using any other agent. We would only want Lori to represent us. From Michael and Marilyn in Northfield, Minnesota. All right, and Sharon Provost in our St. Louis Park office. Sharon is very likable and easy on the nerves. She kept us informed and aware of every step in the process. Sharon went overboard to study the area surrounding our house before it went on the market. This meant a lot to us, since these are things I would want to know about a neighborhood before I moved. Sharon is kind and professional, and we would definitely use her services again, and recommend her to friends and family. From Brian in Mound, Minnesota. You're part of something bigger than a brokerage. You're part of a family that believes in growing, supporting, and leading together. Take what you've heard today, put it into action, and make August your launch pad for a killer finish to 2025. Relentless doesn't watch the market, it moves the market. Go out there, do the work, and let's elevate together.